Good morning, friends. Welcome to the class. My name is Amrita Demo, and we would now be talking about the GMAT AWA, which is also called the GMAT assessment for the verbal section. In this section, we have a 30-minute essay that you have to write. The 30-minute essay is not out of your creative ideas, but it is an argument which is provided to you on which you have to write. Again, I have to repeat this point because it is very important that creative ideas are not important in the argument essay. The analysis of an argument, which is the technical name of this section, talks about analyzing the argument given based on the points provided within the paragraph. You might have or not have prior knowledge about the topic, which is not important. What you need to do is to be able to assess every point given in the argument and do three things. First, point out if there are assumptions in the argument. Assumptions are those things which are either presumed or are out of imagination or do not have solid facts backing them. Second, what you have to do is construct arguments wherein the weaknesses or the weak points of the argument are countered. For example, if I'm saying my name is Amrita, I'm a man. That argument does not, it gives you an odd idea. Okay, she looks like a woman, why is she saying that she's a man? An argument will be presented in such a way to you wherein the weakness has to be pointed out, but not just like that. No, you're not a man, you don't look like a man. No, you cannot say that. What you say is that because of your physical structure or your looks or whatever the reasons, biological reasons that are there, you do not look like, you are not a man and hence you are a woman. This is a very simple or a general example. Coming back to the specifics. For example, a newspaper article is quoted to you and the article says that four people were killed yesterday in an accident due to motorbikes. The government has now decided that motorbikes will not be ridden on street number 5, Manhattan, 5th Avenue, Manhattan. There is something odd about this argument, but you don't have concrete facts to point out what is odd. This is what an argument, analysis of an argument essay requires from you. The first argument over here can be, the first assumption over here can be, how can the government correlate that the use of mopeds or motorbikes is directly related to the accidents? It might be a case of an one-hour issue where the moped might have hit a pedestrian and caused an accident, but that does not necessarily mean that every time an accident occurs, the moped or the motorbikes are the cause of it. Making a rule whereby mopeds are not allowed on the roads is very extreme, right? The second thing, the weakness of the argument. The weakness of the argument is in the point that not enough elucidation has been provided. The rule of the government has not been backed by points affirming or statistics stating that mopeds are the reason why the accidents occur. So such a law based on flimsy grounds cannot be accepted. The third and the most important point in an analysis of an argument essay is boosting the strengths of the argument if required. For example, there might be truth in the point that the government is making a law which is justified because the government might have had statistical data to prove that mopeds were the reason why accidents have been occurring regularly in that particular avenue. So you can state that though in the newspaper article only 2 points are stated, it might be due to the lack of space because newspaper articles are very brief, but the government might have enough reasons to make such a law. Just because we don't know the reasons, that does not mean that the argument or the reason of the government is wrong. So how you've seen that we found out three things about the argument. One, the assumption between the moped and the accident, the correlation. The second is the weakness that the government or the article is not providing enough statistics to state the rule of the government. And the third is there might be statistics due to which the article has been written and those statistics are not provided to us, so this argument can be true. This is the kind of essay or the flow of essay that you have to write in an analysis of an argument essay. Please remember that you have given only 30 minutes to write this essay. The essay needs to be divided into paragraphs. It has to show your analytical ability. By analytical ability, we clearly mean your ability to differentiate between the ideas and prove them or put them in a point-wise fashion. You do not have to write point 1, point 2, or point 3 here because it is not an objective test, but objectivity is required. By objectivity, what I mean is that when you state a point, you state it, you provide the reasons, you conclude it, then move on to the next point. In this fashion, you keep going from point 1 to 2 to 3, and in the end, bring all those points together and make a solid, conclusive argument. Analytical assessment writing used to be divided into 2 sections earlier, which was analysis of an issue and analysis of an argument. By issue, we mean something that has occurred or that is of general occurrence. For example, the tigers being killed all across the world. That is an issue. An essay on that issue can take creative inputs from your side or opinions from your side. In fact, it is preferred if you are writing about your own opinions about an issue. But those questions are obsolete now. The GMAT does not expect you to give your own opinions, but write on the given matter, however specific it might be, however short it might be, however inconcrete it might be. But as a student of management, as an aspiring MBA graduate, you need to be able to think objectively, read every line point by point to understand what are the loopholes, if any, what are the strengths, if any, and what are the assumptions, if any, within the provided argument. Page 2 on the PDF provided on our website will be able to give you the sample question on AWA. Please follow that, and you're most welcome to come back with your questions. Thank you.